Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, before I start guys, I've got to say thank you for all the comments, all the new subscribers, and of course, my new patrons. Thank you very much, it means the absolute world. Right, as you can see today, I'm going to talk about 10 things you may or may not know about Enter the Dragon. Now, obviously, I'm very aware a lot of the people that now watch my videos are Bruce Lee experts. There's no getting away from it. There's a lot of you guys that know so much. So you may know a couple of these things, but you may not. But also, I'm getting new people that are just getting into Bruce Lee joining the channel. So there's a little bit of something for them. Plus, like I said before, when I've done the backflip Yunhua, one for the archive, so it's something I've covered. But I thought these 10 quite interesting facts should be put on my channel for posterity. So without further ado, let's get on with 10 things you may not know about Enter the Dragon. 1. The last footage. After the first fight scene between Bruce Lee and Sammo Hung, just before Mr. Lee does the flips, done by the stuntman Yunhua, Bruce smiles and then goes into a cartwheel. This was the last footage Bruce Lee ever filmed while he was still alive. Now when I watch that bit of Bruce right at the beginning of Enter the Dragon, I'm always going to feel a little bit saddened, and that little smile he does, it gets to you. Once you know that that was the very last footage. Now he may have had some home footage recorded, I don't know, but on screen that was the very last stuff. 2. Bruce Lee's voice. Enter the Dragon is one of 2 English language movies in which Bruce Lee speaks with his real voice.
Kick me.
The other is Marlowe from 1969.
Winslow Wong. That is I.
All of Bruce Lee's Hong Kong films were dubbed into English later.
You want to fight? I'll take you on.
Now I know most of you knew this, but like I said before, not everybody did. And I think Bruce Lee's acting in Marlowe was right on point in 1969. His acting is actually really good and natural, and Winslow Wong, for me, is the highlight of that particular movie. I love the movie anyway. I do like James Garner. I think he was a stand-up guy, and it's a shame he's not around now, so we could have had interviews with him about his memories of Bruce Lee. I don't think I've ever heard James Garner talk about Bruce. That would have been cool. Anyway. 3. Ohara. Bruce Lee wanted Bob Baker to play Ohara in Enter the Dragon. Bruce offered Bob Baker $500 a day.
$500.
But Bob Baker was earning good money selling and was finishing nursing school, so he declined, so they hired Bob Wall. I'm not sure Bob Wall and Bruce Lee's relationship was as close as Bob has claimed since Bruce has died. He wasn't brought in on the game of death, you know, he was bringing out, it was Kareem Abdul, Danny DeSanto and all them lot. But I don't think Bruce called out Bob Wall to that, so I'm really not sure. But he asked Bob Baker, who, let's be honest, for me, the Petrov fight between Chen and Petrov, Bruce and Bob Baker in Fist of Fury, is arguably one of Bruce's best. And Bob Baker, for all of his flaws, whatever people think of him, he seemed like he was a really good martial artist. So, an interesting fact that I only found that out the other day. 4. Rockne Tarkington. Rockne Tarkington was the original choice for the part of Williams in Enter the Dragon, but he quit the movie 3 days before production started because he thought the pay was way too low. The role ended up going to Jim Kelly, his movie castmate from the film Melinda from 1972. Now, do you think Rockne Tarkington kind of regrets not being in Enter the Dragon because the pay was too low? I didn't really know a lot about him, but researching this video, there's a couple of films he's done, Black Samson and obviously Melinda, I'm quite interested to watch, to be honest with you, and seeing Jim Kelly pop up And you'll also see Jean LaBelle if you check out the trailer of that film, Melinda. Yeah, it looks quite interesting. I'm going to have to try and dig them films out and have a watch. But an interesting fact, and I bet Rodney Tarkington kicked himself after Enter the Dragon become a global phenomenon. 5. Linda. Linda Lee Cadwell, Bruce Lee's wife, had a short cameo as a partygoer at Han's banquet. She appears in a purple dress and walks around amongst the banquet servers, entertainers and tournament fighters. Most of us know that Linda Lee made that cameo in Enter the Dragon, and still when I watch the movie I forget about it. I'm so engrossed in what's going on, I hardly notice her walk across in the purple dress. But it's a nice little cameo, and I thought it'd be nice to point out on video on here. 6. Bolo. Han's muscle-bound henchman Bolo, played by Yang Zi, adopted his character's name after the film and become Bolo Yeung. How mad is that? Yang Zi, after Enter the Dragon, changed his name to Bolo Yeung. Maybe his screen name, but Bolo Yeung. That's incredible, isn't it? And like you said, in Bloodsport and some of his other movies, and I haven't watched that many Bolo films after Enter the Dragon, to be honest with you. I know he was in a Bruceploitation one, maybe more than one actually. There's a box set coming out soon. I'm hoping to get my hands on it, and I'm going to delve right into Bruceploitation. I think it'd be quite an interesting topic to have on the channel, and I've been asked numerous times about that in the comments. Anyway, 7. Jackie Chan. We clearly see Jackie Chan attacking Bruce Lee from behind in the cavern fight and then getting his neck broken. Jackie was also the final guard to be struck by Bruce with a bow staff, and the last one to be hit when Bruce wielded the nunchucks. You can clearly see it's Jackie, and you can hear Jackie sometimes on interviews saying about when Bruce hit him with a bow staff, and then Jackie was playing on it going, oh, it really hurts. And it didn't really hurt because Jackie's hard as nails, and Bruce was sort of hugging him, making him feel better and giving more work. Jackie Chan's a character. But it's a great little story, and it's great to just pause the screen and clearly see his face. 8. The Big Light. When Bruce does the nunchaku routine, you can clearly see a large light shadowed on the crates behind the guard, something the light crew obviously overlooked. I mean, how crazy is that? That was pointed out to me last year by Bay Logan on one of the Kung Fu Geniuses videos. All the years I've watched Enter the Dragon, and I've got to say, seriously, I've probably seen the film 100+ times, and the nunchaku scene I've seen thousands. There's no doubt about it. I used to rewind it, watch it back. I've learnt the routine like a lot of us Bruce Lee fans have. I used to know how to do that routine. Don't ask me to do it, people, because I ain't doing it. But yeah, we've seen it so many times. But did I ever notice that light? Well, the shadow of the light, just blatantly obvious on the crates behind the guard? Never. Again, Bay Logan. Cheers for that, Bay. 9. Bruce in plain sight. At the big battle near the end of the movie, when the prisoners rush onto the field to fight Han's guards, you can see Bruce directing the action, with Han just casually standing behind him. Again, Bay Logan pointed that out on the Hong Kong trip with the KFG, and I was like, I've never noticed Bruce over in the corner pointing people and telling them where to go and getting involved in the action, with Shia Keen, Han, just stood behind him. Amazing. And the thing is, now when you watch Enter the Dragon, you'll always notice that, because I'll look straight to the right when that scene comes on. 10. The Hall of Mirrors. The cinematographer of Enter the Dragon, Gil Hupps, said that the Hall of Mirrors idea came from Robert Klaus while eating lunch in a restaurant in Hong Kong that had mirrors lining the walls and ceiling.
Bob came up with this great idea to have the mirrored room.
But the true muse was a classic from the silent film era, Charlie Chaplin's The Circus, released in 1928. Bob Klaus apparently came up with this, that he invented the idea for the Hall of Mirrors, and Gil Hubs backs that claim up. But to be honest with you, when you look at the Charlie Chaplin film, The Circus, it's very, very similar. So there you go. There's my 10 things you may or may not know about Enter the Dragon. Did you know all of this trivia? Or have you learned something new? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, did I get all these right? Let me know in the comments down below, guys, and I'll stand corrected. You know, like I always say, I'm learning with you guys on here. So yeah, there you go. Something light for the weekend. Nothing too controversial, but I thought for the new subscribers and the new fans to Bruce Lee that have seen Enter the Dragon, it might be nice to dig into some of these topics. And I may do the other Bruce Lee movies, 10 things. I don't call them facts, because one or two I know are facts, but some I'm not 100%. I don't mind being wrong. My wife tells me I'm wrong all the time. Damn! If you like this sort of thing, maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you anything, and it really does help me out. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves an amazing weekend, guys. Much love. Thanks again to my patrons. You're the nuts. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care now.